Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Budget with Nut. So I'm going to update my debts, starting with, so I'm gonna use this page right here to my monthly debt amounts and just track my monthly debt amounts. And then I'll show you how each one is broken down, if that makes sense. So let's start with January debt. Let's use these colors here. I'm gonna pick a purple and blue theme. And it just feels very January-like. Okay, let's see if I can write. I have the camera in a weird position, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, here we are. January debt. Okay. All right. And I love these new pens by Erin Condren. They're dual pens, so they're thick on one side and skinny on the other side. So it's pretty cool. All right. All right, so my debts. I'm going to write down, just because I'm so proud, I have $0 in credit card debt. I have $22,325 in my Texas loans. And then I have $25,760 in my federal loans. Now my Texas loans, I do believe that those are higher. I'm not really sure. Only issue is the site doesn't update. I have to call. So this is the same amount that I owed last year. So I'm sure that went up because of interest. But just for the sake of this video, we'll write down that and we'll update it as soon as we start paying off that one. We're going to focus on the Texas loans. We're going to focus on the Texas loans first, not the federal loans. I'm sorry, I had that backwards. Federal loans have not updated. Texas loans, we're going to focus on those. All right, and then I've paid off a total of, let's use the skinny side. I've paid off a total of, or I owe a total, I owe a total of $48,085, and this is the total owed. And then this month it doesn't matter, but as the months go on, so for February, I'll write, I paid this much for this month. So this month, because there was no, well, there was a month before December, but we're starting the new year over. $0 paid this month. Paid, let's say this year. Let's do that. And then the total that I have paid overall, $19,803. And that's the total overall paid. And I paid that all off December 2020. Yay! So that's here, and then I'm not sure if I'm gonna go January, February, March. I'll probably go January, February, March, April. We'll see. All right, so heading on to the next page. I don't need this anymore because I know I'm using that for that page. Toss that over. Okay, so here, I'm going to write, make sure I have it on camera, my total debts written out, like how much I owe for exactly for each loan. So I have 4 Texas loans. I have 2 federal loans. And so I want to write the totals out because I'm going to do the baby steps with those. All right. So I have a little sticky here. 2021 debts. Okay. Start this here. Do that there. And then I have this little sticker here, the total amount that I owe, $48,085. I have to overlap a little bit. Okay, and that's the total that I owe currently. And I drew like little lines here so I knew like where to draw my lines. All right, so let's start here. You know how many, let's see, I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. All right. So let's start here. And we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hope my big head wasn't in the camera. Okay. All right. I'm gonna draw this all the way over here as well. Maybe I should have pre-drew these lines, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Here we go. Okay, so I think what I'll do first is I have this already written out here. Let's see. I have my total. These are the debts that I have. Put that sticky on that side, actually. Debts that I have. And then the amount that I owe. Put here. Let's see. This one just be able to stick here because I'm going to do another one there. Okay, so as long as it's there. Okay. Amount owed. And then the date that I'm having it paid off. I'm going to try to do better at keeping track of that this year. I didn't really do a good job before. I just paid it all off at the end of the year. Okay. The date paid. Okay. All right, so we have that there. Let's see. Okay, so let's start writing in the debts. I don't know what color scheme I want to use. Let's see. I definitely want, let's see. Maybe I use a little star here. I feel like that'd be super cute. And honestly, I probably cannot just, I can make it go a little bit longer. Start with blue. Well, start with purple. Why don't I do that? Okay. Start with purple here. We'll do the first step. Place this here. That was just notes for myself. Okay. All right, so looks like let's stick with purple and, you know, let's do purple and pink. All right, so my first loan is my Texas loan number 1. Actually, Texas loan number 3. Texas loan 3. And that one I owe $3,914, and it's not paid off yet. All right. Different color. Why don't we do liquor colors? That might be fun. Purple. Let's see. Yellow. Okay. That's purple here. Okay. Texas loan number 2. And that one I owe $3,956. Okay. Texas loan number 1. And the reason I'm paying them out of order is because I am doing the Dave Ramsey plan. And so he does the snowball method. So you start with your, well, let me do the numbers for $4,868. You start with your lowest loan and you go up from there. Now, I did it kind of a little bit backwards. I paid off all my credit card debt first, just because I was just so annoyed with my credit card debt. I needed to get it out of my life. And so I know Dave Ramsey would not approve of that, but I just had to get rid of it. Texas loan number 4. This is my largest one. 4. I just felt like I would be motivated if I just got that out of my life. And that one I owe $9,587. Okay. And then I think I'll do different colors for the other 2 loans that I owe, just because they're my federal loans. Now, my federal loans are deferred right now, and there's no interest because of COVID. Bear with me. I'm trying to get these stickers off. They're like cheap dollar store stickers, and they are not cooperating with me. Here we go. Let's do blue. So I'm not really going to focus on those right now just because they're deferred. And let's see, why don't we use blue and pink maybe? Okay. This is my federal loan. One, and that one I owe $4,830. Now I am going to pay this one off first, this Texas loan before this one, even though this one should definitely go here. And the only reason why is because it's deferred right now. So I can just throw all of my money at my state loans right now and not have to worry about my federal loans. I think that'll just be the most efficient way to do that. And then, oops, wrong side. Federal loan 2. And that one I owe a lot of money. It's scary to look at. $20,930. So I want to try to have these 4 paid off by the end of the year if possible. Not these 5, but I think that's a good goal, just to be done with those and then next year start that one. So let's just draw some lines here just to make this a little neat. Oh, I need that line there. Actually, I'll just erase that. This one here. Just because I have the stars. Keep those in place. And then we'll draw this line here. I think I have to do it this way. Okay. Looks good to me. And draw this line here, just to make it pretty neat for myself. Perfect. Look how cute that looks. It looks so good. I love it. Oh, it's kind of sideways. Whatever, you get the idea. So those are my debts total. It adds up to a total of $48,085. Now, I need to update my graph. So I did not do this last year. Did a really bad job. Move this one over. Of updating my graph. So I'm just going to color these in real quick, just because I should color them in. Now, the reason that I wrote Discover in pencil, I ended up doing a balance transfer, and so it was Bank of America, and then this was Discover, so it doesn't matter what it was labeled. The debt was still a total of $19,803. So I'm just going to scratch these real quick, boop, just to get rid of my debt. And I should be doing this every month and not just waiting till the end of the year to scratch them out, because it's supposed to make you feel accomplished as if you did something. Each square equals $100. So every time I pay off $100 in debt, I should be coloring in one of these squares just to reward myself. But I didn't do that last year. I kind of got off track. I feel like I could have paid off more because of COVID. I stopped working, then went back to work, and then I worked a job here and there for other things. So I'm off of work again, trying to figure out like what to do next. But you get the point. COVID really screwed up my plans. So COVID pending, hopefully I'll be able to pay off all my debt that I want to pay off, if not more, because I do want to buy a house and I do want to have kids someday, and I just feel like I can't do any of that if I am working so hard to pay off debt. And I know you can, Dave Ramsey says you can take a break from debt, you can have babies, because babies, they eat what you eat. They sleep in your room. You don't have to get every like new thing for babies, but I don't know, I just feel like a lot more confident if I'm able to have extra income coming in. I just think I paid almost 20 grand off last year. If I could save that, if I could have saved that 20 grand, that could have been a start of a down payment for a house, or could pay for a wedding. You know what I mean? So if you think about it that way, you know, I always thought about debt being this like overall, like, this is taking way too long. This overall thing that I would never accomplish, and I would be in debt for 30 years. And had I known that, like, if you just like stuck with it and you made a plan and you wrote it down and you thought about it every day, and every day that you go to work, you're thinking about like how you can get out of debt, and you are careful on what you buy and how easy it would be, then I would have started this process a long time ago. So thank you, Dave, for getting me on this path. So as you can see, I owed over 16 grand for this one credit card. So Dave would want me to have paid off three of my student loans. And I get it, but I had to be done with the credit card debt. So Dave, don't be mad at me if you watch my video. Crazy, Dave Ramsey did comment on my last video that I posted. He said great, or 2 videos ago, he said great job, because he saw that I paid off some debt. And that actually made me feel really good about myself, because I know it's probably not him commenting. It's probably his assistant or something, or someone who works in the social media department. But it was really cool that someone took the time to like notice what I was doing. And that made me feel really good. These look way cuter than the ones down here, but you get the idea. Boop, boop, boop. I just want to be done with these. I'm actually, this is not as satisfying as I thought it was going to be, probably because I didn't color them in as I went. So I'm going to try to get better at that this year. 2021, new beginnings. Okay, so I have one more thing to show you. I'm going to flip this over. So these debts did increase. Well, you know what? Actually, flip that back over. I never wrote when I paid these debt off. So I'm going to just write real quick that I paid them off. This one I paid off in January of 2020. I'm going to switch this to the side so I can write. January 2020. This one I paid off in October 2020. I could have had it paid off earlier, but because I lost my job, I decided not to throw any money at my debt. It's just a personal choice to do that. And then, let's see, paid. This one paid. Sorry, I forgot to write that in. Just draw this here. This one I paid off December 2020. Yay, what an amazing Christmas gift to myself. Okay, so that page is done. So I have this page for my state loans and have this page for my federal loans. We're not even gonna look at my federal loans. We don't care about those right now. Just wanna concentrate on this. So what I'm gonna do is I won't, well, let me just draw in these circles, these real quick. So I need to add 2 more boxes to this row because of interest, this got bigger. And I literally only made like a couple small payments on each of these just because I kept deferring them. 2 boxes, but I deferred them just so I could throw money at my other debt. This one needs 3 boxes. 1, 2, oh, I'm running out of space for that one. Okay, and then this one needs 5 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So, like I said, these are deferred right now as well. So I'm going to try to save enough money just to pay this one off and just throw all the money at that one and erase that one before I have to start making payments on it. And then I'll try to defer it again and then just make payments on this one, if that makes sense. Because if they're open, I have to make up, if I send in one payment, the payment, I think it's like $600 right now, it divides them evenly and it's so stupid. I'd rather just throw $600 at this one and be done with that one, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go back in and write in pencil the new amounts just because I'm afraid that these are going to increase again because of interest. Interest is a daily interest, so it's going to increase. So I'll go ahead and just do that right now off camera. Anyways, thank you so much for following my journey. Again, I owe $48,085 before, so you can see like where my numbers were before. Flip this over. This was January, if you can see, January 2020, I owed $66,812. Now I'm down to $48,085. I paid off $19,000 $803. I definitely gained some more debt because of interest, but you know, I'm trucking. So these four right here, mark my words, I'm paying this off this year for 2021. And then hopefully these will get paid soon. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching my channel. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe, like Budget with Net. And if anyone has any questions or wants any help with getting their budget together, I would love to help you, because my goal this month is to help someone. So if you need help financially, let me know. I'm not an expert by any means, but I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring. That's hilarious. Anyways, I'm not an expert by any means, but I would love to share with you everything that I've learned. All right, y'all, have a great day. Bye.